Good afternoon, teacher. So I'm presenting my final product, my final academic product of the course conversation class. My name is Helen Delgado, and in this opportunity, I will be talking about globalization and interculturality. What is globalization? So I searched different sources, and the National Geographic defined globalization as a term used to describe the increasing connectedness and interdependence of world cultures and economics. So we can see that it's not only about the connection between different economies of nations, but also cultures. This phenomenon does not only have a positive side, it also has a negative side, and I will be starting to talk about it with the negative side. So we can see here three different consequences. First is the increased competition, also the exploitation of labor and resources, environmental degradation, and so on. When it comes to increased competition, we can see that because we have economics and in this case different nations that are connected, local businesses have to face the competition with international businesses, such as multinational corporations. So they have to start producing better goods to be able to compete with different markets. Also, the increase in choices in the market impacts the buying behavior of the consumer. A customer starts expecting higher quality of the products and at a lower cost. Also, when it comes to exploitation of labor and resources, it has been seen that some wealthy nations sometimes enter the trade with developing countries in order to exploit the weaker labor and environmental laws. So this means that there are some countries that are richer and they start going to poorer countries so they can take advantage of the weaker laws of labor and the rights that people have there. For the final one, the environmental degradation, since there's increased consumism and also, well, consumption, there is more use of natural resources, and this leads to environmental degradation. Also, I wanted to mention the positive side of globalization. In this case, we have more access to new markets, like I mentioned before. Different countries can start opening markets in different countries, and this is very positive because people are going to have better goods and with probably better quality. Also, there's the spread of knowledge and technology. So, because of technology, we have more access to knowledge and information, but it also means that we have to be more careful because we have to see whether this information is truthful or not. We have also enhanced global cooperation and tolerance. So studies have shown that the globalization of this phenomenon actually promotes tolerance and cooperation because people are exposed to new cultures and they become more tolerant of different situations around the world. Finally, it promotes economic growth. Like I said, when a country starts opening new markets, they have, well, more options to sell products and therefore more economic growth. Now I'm going to talk about also a different topic, but it's also very related to globalization. In this case, it is interculturality. So, what is interculturality? According to UNESCO, it refers to the existence of an equitable interaction of diverse cultures and the possibility of generating shared cultural expressions through dialogue and mutual respect. So, what this means is that we are not going to have only different cultures that are separated between one another. In this case, we're going to start promoting the interaction between cultures and the respect and tolerance of the differences. In this case, I wanted to emphasize what interculturality means here in Peru. So according to this source, Peru is considered a multicultural and multilingual country due to its great cultural diversity of ethnic or native people who live in the Andes, in the Amazon, and also Afro-Peruvian groups and international migrants. However, there is a big problem here that it's the vision that many people have of the country as homogeneous, so as equally looking or just as same people. And the cultural diversity, it's hidden by the cultural heritage of the white Spanish. So in this case, this is a very big problem because we're starting to not see the richness of different cultures that live here in our country, and we start just preferring one culture towards the other. So this is something that it could be very dangerous and should be avoided. And we have to see the richness of sharing different cultures and loving and respecting the differences that we have and probably opening opportunities to learn from one another. Like I said, interculturality is very important, and here are some benefits of it. First, we have willingness to accept differences. There's personal growth through increased tolerance. There's dialogue, cooperation, and a positive attitude towards the otherness. Also, like I mentioned first, there's increased international, national, and local commerce. I think the most important part of interculturality are the values that we can learn from it, such as the tolerance, the dialogue, the cooperation, because they are very important nowadays because we can avoid conflict between cultures and between countries. So this is it for me today. Thank you very much.